But what I am saying here is that the maritime industry is a great example of a mature operating process, mature operating procedure. Because what happened over the course of let's talk about the last 300 years in the maritime industry. It suffered loss, it suffered hardship, even lives were sacrificed at sea in order to build what we have today and the frameworks that the maritime industry has. And so every safety process, every safety procedure, every checklist came at the cost of somebody's life. Hey, we made it to the second pillar of what running a tight ship looks like. Second pillar is called crew. And crew are the people and the processes that enable them to function extraordinarily. We're going to break it down into 5 basic concepts, right? There's 5 main disciplines within crew. It is chain of command structure. Then it goes to SOPs or standard operating procedures. Then it goes to hiring. Then it's training, and then it's evaluation. Those are the 5 disciplines that make up the pillar of crew inside of your organization. And we're going to talk about them. We're going to break each one of those down over the next 5 days. We're going to talk about each one in great detail. But I want to spend a little bit of time right now kind of getting in front of the big question that I get a lot, which is, hey, my industry is different. I'm not in, you know, this is for the people that say, well, my business is different. You don't understand my business. You're not in the day to day of my business. You just don't understand. There's all the nuance that has to go into what I do, right? Or my business isn't regulated like the maritime industry is. And okay, you are all correct. Congratulations. But what I am saying here is that the maritime industry is a great example of a mature operating process, mature operating procedure. Because what happened over the course of let's talk about the last 300 years in the maritime industry. It suffered loss, it suffered hardship, even lives were sacrificed at sea in order to build what we have today and the frameworks that the maritime industry has. And so every safety process, every safety procedure, every checklist came at the cost of somebody's life. Now, your business may not be that extreme, and I pray it's not. Right? You may not be in a seriously life or death situation where people can die because of mistakes, and I get that. But what the processes that came out of all of these mistakes was a standard for excellence and for maintaining safety and security and a standard over the lifetime of an asset. And I think that is what we all are trying to achieve with our businesses is maintaining high quality standards over a long period of time. That's how you build something of real value for years and years and years. So that's the parallel because when you zoom out at business, when you zoom out high level, business is really broken down into 4 main categories. And then the bigger your business is, all of a sudden you have 4 more categories. So you have marketing, sales, operations, and administration. No matter what the business is, you need those 4 to have a business, to function as a business. And then as your business matures and grows, you're gonna have different parts break out of administration and operations, and you're going to have things like customer success. You're going to have things like human resources. You're going to have things like product development, and then you're going to also have something called finance. So those are the more high level, right? The bigger your company grows, those are fundamentals that make your business sound. And that's at the high level. And that's every business. Matters not one bit what industry, what your business is, or who you service. All businesses have these same functions. And that's what makes us all common. The uniqueness of your business is going to rely specifically on the nuance. And that's what makes your business special. But business as a concept and as a process is not special. It's actually very common. And so what I am putting for your consideration is understanding business at a high level so that we can achieve high operational leadership excellence repeatedly over a long period of time. Now, if that resonates and you're with me, then let's dive in on what crew actually means. And we're going to start with chain of command. So stay tuned. Subscribe. The Alex Hayes, Fractional COO, to keep learning more. And as always, stay on course.